Okay, so today we're going to factor trinomials. Trinomials mean that it has three terms. So today our terms are going to look like so this is your trinomial. You've got one term, two terms, three terms. Now today our first term is always going to have the lead coefficient is going to be a 1. And we don't even have to write that because it doesn't really mean anything for what we're doing. But your lead term is going to be a 1. Both of these are going to be plus signs today. Okay, so we're going to start out easy. So when we have this, what we need to do is we need to start and look at the number 6. So with the number 6, what numbers multiply together to give you 6? I can do 1 times 6, or I can do 2 times 3. Now, when you look at these, which one of these sets will add together and give me a 5 in the middle? Does 1 plus 6 give me 5? Or does 2 plus 3 give me 5? It's the 2 and the 3. So when we break it down into x plus 2, x plus 3. Now today we're doing it where both these are plus signs, so that's going to make both of our terms on the inside have plus signs. So it takes away a lot of the stress because everything's going to be adding. So the way to check it is you're going to check your inside terms. I do 2 times x, I get 2x. I do 3 times x, I get 3x. Now I'm going to add those two together, and 2x plus 3x is 5x. 5x is my middle term. Now I'm going to multiply the two terms in the end. What did we say 2 times 3 is? Gives me 6, which is my last term. We don't have a term out in the front because x times x gives me x squared, so we don't have anything out in the front. Okay, so let's try another one. And you're factoring this into 2 binomials. Let's try another. Let's try x squared plus 7x plus 12. So you can go ahead and draw your parentheses. You can go ahead and put your plus signs, and you can go ahead and put your x's out in the front because our first term is x. Okay, so what numbers multiply to give me 12? I do 1 times 12. I can do 2 times 6. I can do 3 times 4, and that's it. So now I have all the terms that multiply together to give me the 12, which would be the numbers we have here. These two multiply to give you that. But we need to add them, see which ones add together to give me a 7 in the middle. 1 plus 12 is 13, that's not a 7. 2 plus 6 is 8, that's not a 7. 3 plus 4 is 7, so it's going to go here. So I'm going to put a 3 here and a 4 here. Now it doesn't matter if you put the 3 or the 4 at all today, because they're both plus signs and they're all adding. So today it doesn't matter where the number's located. Later this week we'll get to some that have minus signs in here, and we'll show you how that works and changes it around. So to check it, I multiply 3 times x, I get 3x. I do 4 times x, I get 4x. Add those together, I get a 7x. That's my middle term, there's my 7x. What is 3 times 4? It's 12, which is my last term. What is x times x? It's x squared, that's my first term. Okay, so let's try one. Let's try another one. So x squared plus 10x plus 16. Okay, so first thing we're going to start with is our last number. Let's go ahead and draw our parentheses and do our x plus. We're going to start with our last number, the 16. That's what we're multiplying. So I can have 1 times 16. I can have 2 times 8. And I can have 4 times 4. Those numbers multiply to give me 16. Now which set adds together and gives me a 10? 1 plus 16 is no. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's not 10. But 2 plus 8 does give me a 10. So I get x plus 2. X plus 8. 2 times 8 is 16. X times x is x squared. Check our middle terms. I get a 2x. I get an 8x. I add those together. You get a 10x. That's my middle term is. Okay, so let's try one. I'm going to let you try one. here you go, x squared plus 10x plus 24. Go ahead and draw your parentheses, do your x plus, do your x plus. And you can pause it here and try it, and then come back and see how you did. Okay, so 24, I can do 1 times 24. I can do 2 times 12. I can do 3 times 8. I can do 4 times 6. So any of these multiply to give me a 24, but I need the one that adds together to give me a 10. That gives me a 25, that gives you 14, that gives you 11, and then the 4 and the 6, that gives you a 10. So x plus 4, x plus 6. If you check it, you get a 4x, you get a 6x, add them together, you get a 10x. 4 times 6 is 24, x times x is x squared. Okay, so let's try one more. So go ahead and put your parentheses, put your x plus, put your x plus. Okay, now see if you can do this one. Pause it and see what you get. So when we have our 11, there's only 1 times 11. It's a prime number. So there's 1 here and 11 here, because what's 1 plus 11? It's 12. What's x times x? X squared. 1 times 11 is 11. Okay, so I've got 5 questions I want you to try for homework or classwork. Hope you wrote down these examples today, and now you're going to try these 5. There's number 1, x squared plus 3x plus 2. X squared plus 6x plus 9. And that's a 15. X squared plus 8x plus 12. And number 5 is x squared plus 9x plus 20. So x squared plus 3x plus 2, x squared plus 6x plus 9, x squared plus 8x plus 15, x squared plus 8x plus 12, x squared plus 9x plus 20. Try these 5, then tomorrow I'll post the answers for these, see how you do. If you have questions, email me, I can gladly help you with it. Be sure you wrote down the examples from the video as well.